In February 2021, Gwyneth decided to release her first vibrator. Gwyneth joking that she had to pass the time somehow during the coronavirus. So at this point, it's unclear where Goop is really going. I mean, now I'm questioning why I've ordered food from this place. I hope they have some distinctions between some of these categories, but she was very proud of this new product, and I'm sure she was very, very proud of it. I mean, seems like she was a big part of the creation process, or at least you'd think so. Or she could have just easily slapped her name onto any product, but knowing Gwyneth, it seems like she's invested.
They're very popular. And you know what is so interesting? It's like, why are we embarrassed about pleasure, you know?
Oh, I'm not embarrassed about pleasure, but I'm embarrassed about that. Do you have one of these?
I do.
Really?
I do, yeah.
Huh.
I do.
Interesting.
You know, people go on business trips and stuff.
So Moses doesn't like to see a bra strap. How does he feel about things like this that you're selling? What does he feel about this?
Can I tell you the sweetest thing? This really happened a few months ago. He said, you know, Mom, out of nowhere, he said, Mom, I was really embarrassed for a minute that Goop sold vibrators. And then I realized, like, no, this is great. You're making people feel not embarrassed to buy something, and that's great. You're a feminist. And I was like, thank you, my dear.
That's so sweet.
So cute.
How old is he?
He's 15.
Now, in May 2020, Gwyneth did something that a lot of people felt was out of touch, releasing a $120 pack of 12 disposable diapers. Meet the diaper with an accent over the E, our new disposable diaper lined with virgin alpaca wool and fastened with amber gemstones, known for their ancient emotional cleansing properties. This product would be infused with the scent of jasmine and bergamot for a revitalized baby. The controversial launch turned out to be a PR stunt intended to shed a light on the problematic high costs of diapers in collaboration with the nonprofit Baby to Baby. But a lot of people did not appreciate this, especially in a time when people can't afford food, diapers, formula. You don't really play with people's money like that.
What the is Gwyneth Paltrow doing now? She's selling $120 diapers that are allegedly made with emotional cleansing properties for a revitalized baby. We wouldn't put it past her, so let's recall her past wellness antics. The yoni eggs or the $75 vagina candle. Turns out the $120 diapers were actually a wake-up call for all of us. Gwyneth claims it was designed to piss us off. Wanting to shine a light on a real problem, she says,
in 33 states, they aren't treated like an essential item. They're taxed like a luxury good.
Especially due to the pandemic, there's not only a shortage, but 1 in 3 families are struggling to afford diapers. So you know what? Good on Goop this time.
Similar to Courtney's brand Poosh with the Lemmy gummies, you guys see that Goop goes on to put out a supplement of their own. It's DTF, a product designed to boost female libido. Quote, everyday stress and anxiety and hormonal changes, exhaustion, age, these can impact our libido and sexual health. So yes, we with our science and research team created a supplement that really helps, and we call it DTF because, you know, we're Goop. Here's a clip of Gwyneth going on to promote the product.
A vitamin, is this, where is it?
It's a supplement.
A supplement. It's called DTF, and it means, and stands for what we know from Jersey Shore it stands for.
Right.
Now, does this really work?
Yes.
It does?
Yes.
Well, you say yes in a very sure
Yes.
way. Oh, really? What happens if a man eats them?
Should we find out?
Well, yeah, I will take one. I'll take, how many are you supposed to take?
Women are supposed to take 2, so.
All right, I'm going to take 4, and we'll see what happens.
Now, Goop found itself in some really big trouble, not because of another one of their products, because one of their employees, Elise, the chief content officer, slammed the company's cleanse culture in an Instagram video, saying, when I left Goop, I vowed I would never do another cleanse again, and I went into full rebellion. It seems like the cleansing culture there at Goop was interfering with her own life and causing some, like, eating disorder-like symptoms.
Elise Lunan was the second person that Gwyneth Paltrow ever hired to help her launch Goop. And Gwyneth has said, without Elise, Goop in its current iteration wouldn't exist. It has become an empire. But now Elise is questioning the very culture that she helped build.
I'm just trying to get to a place where I can, again, be in conversation with my body, as those conversations had become distorted. I've been eating like a teenager for 2 years and enjoying it, to be honest.
Lunan now saying, I'm clearly being called back to a place somewhere in the middle because my stomach often hurts.
Now, is that all up to Gwyneth? I mean, just because you got lost in the sauce doesn't mean she's the one to blame. But it does speak to the cult-like environment that Goop has fostered. We've talked about this summit. We've talked about this employee, this second person she ever hired who has really interpersonal struggles with her own eating. And it seems like there's a lot of pseudoscience at Goop. I mean, they had these biofrequency stickers for sale in which they claimed that they used the same material that NASA uses, which NASA actually put out a statement calling BS that they don't use any of that material in their equipment. Here's a newscaster breaking it down for you guys.
Now there's a new sticker made out of materials used by NASA that will help you with whatever ailments you have, apparently. They call it Body Vibes, and this product, they say, is basically a sticker, but they say it's made out of a NASA spacesuit material to, quote, rebalance the energy frequency in our bodies. Human bodies operate at an ideal energetic frequency, but everyday stresses and anxiety can throw off our internal balance, depleting our energy reserves and weakening our immune system. Body Vibe stickers, made with the same conductive carbon material NASA uses to line spacesuits so they can monitor an astronaut's vitals during wear, come pre-programmed to an ideal frequency, allowing them to target imbalances. When a NASA expert was reached for this, he said, wow, what a load of BS this is.
Now, you guys may remember those jade eggs I brought up earlier in this episode. This device you're supposed to implant in yourself, which sounds scary. Well, in 2018, Goop paid $140,000 in civil penalties for unsubstantiated claims that their jade eggs could balance hormones and regulate menstrual cycles. Now, they do still sell these eggs, but the company cannot make any medical claims, which is big for them because they're like a wellness brand. But I think it really highlighted that they do not have the qualifications to go and sell things that are supposed to medically influence you or change your body or at least make these kind of claims. Now, prosecutors actually investigated several of her products. Of course, the jade egg and the rose quartz egg, which Goop sold with claims they could balance hormones, and the inner judge flower essence blend, which was said to prevent depression. In addition to the $145,000 fine, they also had to go and refund those customers who bought those three products. Goop is worth about $250 million, so this isn't going to hurt them, but what really hurts them is the fact that they can't make any claims about the efficiency of their products that aren't backed by reliable science, and they cannot sell misbranded or unapproved or falsely advertised medical devices. Erica Moore, Goop's chief financial officer, denied the company misled customers, saying Goop provides a forum for practitioners to present their views and experiences. Which again, you can share your views and experiences, but you can't say this will do this. You could say it could. Maybe it could a little bit, but you need science. Goop now says the eggs will increase sexual energy and pleasure and boost positive energy and love. While these statements are certainly woo-filled, they're not as dangerous as the earlier medical promises of hormone balancing.
Can anyone tell me why in 2024 this product is still available for purchase for $66 even on Goop's website? I'm Abby. I'm a Pilates instructor and business owner, and I spend all day, every day talking to folks about the health and well-being of their deep core, including their pelvic floors. And believe me when I say that the only product that should be used for strength training purposes in your pelvic floor should be prescribed by a pelvic floor physical therapist. And let me tell you, it looks nothing like this. In this product's heyday, I want to say like 2015, 2016, I even had a client who revealed to me at the end of our reformer session that she had had one of these eggs in throughout the entire length of our session, and I gagged. I said, ma'am, please go take that out.
Even though Gwyneth is doing something that could be considered dangerous, it seems like she loves it. She was quoted saying, I can monetize those eyeballs going to her website. So in her mind, she thinks that this is ultimately going to lead to more growth. Bad press is good press. But is that really the press that you want when you're supposed to be focusing on well-being and bettering people? Now it makes me scared to ever try any of those products, especially for health. Now, of course, when it comes to parenting, she has bizarre tactics, like not allowing her children, Apple or Moses, to watch TV in English. She claims that she only allows her children to watch TV in French or in Spanish. Now, I don't know why she's doing this. I think it's another layer of her kind of painting a pretentious picture. I mean, I don't know if she's teaching these kids these languages. Maybe it's a way around hiring a teacher for that.
They're at the age where you really start like kind of looking into what your mom's up to. Are they involved in any of this stuff? Do they like examine any of these things and go like, Mom, what are you doing?
It's so interesting. I think it must be pretty surreal for them to be the kids of somebody. Well, both of their parents are in the public eye.
Yeah.
And it's interesting to watch them sort of evolve along with our careers as they go. I mean, it's funny, actually, my son said to me the other day, he was like, at first I thought it was really embarrassing that there were vibrators on your website, and now I think it's a great thing.
Sometimes Gwyneth has quotes that remind me of like when Kim Kardashian went viral for saying that nobody wants to work nowadays.
Get your fucking ass up and work. It seems like nobody wants to work these days.
In July 2010, she told the Press Association, every woman can make time to work out. Every woman. And you could do it with your baby in the room. There have been countless times where I've worked out with my kids crawling all over the place. You just make it work. Which I get what she's saying. I mean, you could do some squats and things like this, but it's also just exhausting to be a parent.
The New York Post's Mackenzie Dawson wrote this tongue-in-cheek response to Paltrow, saying, quote, "My mornings are obviously pretty leisurely, and thank God I don't make millions filming one movie per year."
She is a bit out of touch with reality. Most Americans are not being extremely well compensated for the work that they do and the long hours that they put in.
Most expressed their outrage over Paltrow's latest comments on Twitter, one posting, "Dear Gwyneth, please consciously uncouple your mouth."
Let's talk about this delusion that Gwyneth lives within. This conscious uncoupling statement. Now, I do not come from a home of divorce. Shout out to all those people who have survived divorces. It's tough. We all know this. And when Gwyneth and her ex-husband Chris Martin announced their split, people were confused, especially when they said they were consciously uncoupling instead of just divorcing. The term, which the actress later admitted sounded a bit full of itself, painfully progressive, and hard to swallow, immediately gave way to jokes for that very reason. She wrote that the term was introduced to her by the couple's therapist and that she appreciated the sentiment of divorcing amicably and tried to avoid bitterness in the separation. So that's why she avoided the word. Now, through her brand Goop, she has really taken the crown over this universe, this cult that she has built, and she's the queen of delusion. At one point, even acting like she had created yoga. The ancient practice has been a popular form of exercise in the US since the 60s. In 2018, Gwyneth appeared to be out of touch again when she appeared to take credit for making yoga a trend. Quote, "Forgive me if this comes out wrong," she continued, "but I went to a yoga class in LA recently, and the 22-year-old girl behind the counter was like, 'Have you ever done yoga before?' And I literally turned to my friend and I was like, 'You have this job because I've done yoga before.'" She's literally saying, you only exist, you only have this job because I made yoga popular, which is such a weird interaction. Imagine if Gwyneth came into your yoga studio and like tried to read you in some kind of way. Now, I don't know how you guys feel about bees, but I do not like them. I do like honey. I appreciate their existence. I don't want any of them near me. I run, I scream. I don't want to be stung. Well, in March 2018, a Spanish woman died from an allergic reaction after undergoing live bee acupuncture called acupuncture. Goop, Gwyneth's brand, claimed in the past that the treatment is effective for getting rid of inflammation and scarring. Again, promoting something that is really dangerous to your health. I mean, bees have poison within them. Imagine having so much poison injected into you. Of course she died.
I heard that you did something recently involving bees.
Yes.
Yes.
One of the things we do at goop.com is we try different things. And the more extreme the treatments are, or the doctor or whatever, I seem to be the one having to do it. It's actually a very ancient remedy for arthritis and inflammation and scar tissue, which is that they sting you with a bee. And then if you have a bad scarring or you have inflammation, then apparently the bee sting has all this amazing healing properties. So they volunteered me to do the bee treatment.
Did they tell you what it was before?
I just didn't think.
Don't bees die when they sting someone?
Oh.
Yeah, they do.
Do they? Yeah.
Now, in July 2022, she had an interesting collaboration with Hailey Bieber. In a series titled Who's in My Bathroom, the Iron Man actress opened up about her thoughts on nepotism in Hollywood while appearing on the model's YouTube show. She added that being a nepotism baby shouldn't limit your dreams, and that there is nobody in the world who should have a negative impact on your path or the decisions that you make. Of course, Hailey Bieber, who is the daughter of Stephen Baldwin, was loving hearing this because they're both nepo babies living in their nepo world.
I was actually having a discussion with someone yesterday about the whole idea of nepotism. And I think this is really interesting to ask you because obviously you have this insane career. I would love to hear your perspective on that.
I mean, I think it's fair, right? Because as the child of somebody, you get access that other people don't have, right? So the playing field is not level in that way. However, I really do feel that once your foot is in the door, which you unfairly got in, then you have to work almost twice as hard and be twice as good because people are ready to pull you down and say you don't belong there and you're only there because of your dad or your mom or whatever the case may be. And it shouldn't limit you because what I definitely believe is that nobody in the world, especially anybody that doesn't know you, should have a negative impact on your path or the decisions that you make.
I agree. Oh, I need to hear this today.
Now, there's one more bizarre quote I want to leave you guys with. She told Harper's Bazaar in April 2013, "I don't hold on to as much fear as I used to because I've learned a lot about genuinely not caring what strangers think about me. It's very liberating, it's very empowering, and I've learned a lot of it from Jay Sean Carter Z, so Jay-Z, because his approach to life is very internal. It's a very good lesson to learn," which makes me wonder, who is she rolling with Jay-Z? Is she also hanging out with the Diddy?
You guys regularly babysit Blue Ivy?
Yeah, I mean, it's really funny.
Daughter Apple holding hands with Beyonce and Jay-Z's daughter at the Super Bowl last month.
It's like my kid's dad and Blue's mom are always like doing these incredible, mind-boggling things, and I'm always like with the kids and the snack bag and, you know, like baby wipes and juice boxes, and so that's pretty much how it is these days.
Thank you for watching this clip from the Let's Get Into It podcast. To view the full episode, visit the link listed below.